Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hero Complex podcast. I am Patrick. That's a new thing. With me, as always, is Adam Green.
Hi, Patrick.
Doesn't have a sound effect. Weird. And our guest today, Henry Bretz.
Hello.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And today we've got a barnstormer of a battle today. We are two of my favourite people in the world are facing off against each other. It's
Carlo Ancelotti
versus
Steve Irwin.
Wow. I bet those two have got some stories. Welcome to the Hero Complex podcast. Patrick Brosnahan here, the biggest hero of them all. We've got a barnstormer of an episode. I mean, if I say barnstormer one more time, barn turns up.
Yeah. Only if you do it in a mirror. You're fine.
Well, we threw all the mirrors out after that day. Henry, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Excited.
to have you on,
Very excited.
I look forward to getting to know you throughout this podcast. This is the first time meeting you.
Yeah, this was a nice little
It's a nice little get together.
authentic meeting on the mic.
Yeah. By the end of the podcast, I probably know you like as if you were a relative or an ex-lover.
Thinking we could be uncles to one another.
Uncle,
which is my aim with most interactions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get to that uncle stage.
Yeah, sort of hang out with someone every other month.
Yeah.
Like that kind of level. Take Pat to the park.
You'll get a birthday card each year with a progressively smaller amount of money in it. Each year.
And eventually you'll be like, can I borrow some money?
Yeah. Give
I've got
me £20.
Nephew, I've got an app idea that's going to blow your brain. You've got to get in at ground level.
What if I told you, if you give me a fiver today, it'll be £500 in 2 months?
Yeah. No, you won't see any of that, but it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. What if bikes had 3 wheels?
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh?
Tricycle uncle? No, not like that.
That's a good name for it.
That's really good.
I think it's the 3 bike.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Because
Thrikes are cool.
Thrike's a weapon, I think.
Air B and 3.
Air B and 3.
So it's
That's great.
Bike and 3.
And you get to stay at their house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air B and 3.
If you turn up at a designated host's
Yeah.
house with a bicycle, you are legally allowed to stay.
Yeah.
Air B and 3.
So you ticked the threesome box? No.
No.
Sorry, I should explain. You didn't untick the threesome box. Right. So that's fuck you.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah,
Right.
that's how they always got me.
Yeah.
Tick that box if you don't want box.
Yeah. I came for the views, but then I got fucked. by a weird guy and his wife. Yeah. Also, no milk in the fridge. 3-star.
Air B and BDSM.
Air BDSM. Airbnb DSM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, no, the air doesn't have to stand for anything. That'd be weird. So this podcast we put 2 heroes together. Steve Irwin versus Carlo Ancelotti. We'll get to that in a second. Henry, are you a fan of heroes? Do you think heroes can exist in real day?
I probably don't have a hero.
Right.
I was thinking about this a bit today because I feel when I was younger, I think saying who your hero was sort of just an opportunity to humble brag at school. Yeah, because might surprise you to learn I wasn't always hanging out with the coolest group of people at school, and there was a lot of. It's probably quite fashionable to say your hero was Obama, or something like that. But I mean,
Nelson Mandela, Molly May,
big one. But I mean, like hot take. But I don't think politics would kids. I don't even know if kids nowadays would have an Obama figure. Probably Trump, and that's
Trump.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest.
Yeah, it's just on the other side. So,
Yeah.
It feels like they don't have one, but they do.
They do.
He's bringing in change in his own way.
Yeah.
My hero's Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I went to Swag University to learn how to go to prison in Romania. Tricked by a little girl.
Yep.
I'm going to Romania soon, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They finally caught you.
Not the prison, though, hopefully.
Yeah.
To visit Andrew.
Yeah, people have to say,
out of solidarity.
People do have to say that I'm going to Romania, not the prison. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go see my professor in the prison. He was teaching me how to get a Bugatti.
But that's my dissertation, 40,000 words on how to get a Bugatti. Yeah. Nietzsche said God is dead, but the Lamborghini company.
So I mean, hero-wise, I think I believe in heroes, but I feel like if you're sort of labelled as a hero, it could be a chance to You're being set up to fail, I suppose.
Yeah,
Look at Lance Armstrong would be an example.
Britney
Spears.
Yeah.
Even Gandhi, they're kind of... He
lady
felt like
with
a
the cat in
pretty...
the bin.
Gandhi's,
Gandhi felt like a pretty safe bet to say as a hero answer a few years ago, and now there's all sorts of things.
Now he's iffy.
Which we don't have time to get into.
We got time.
we got time.
Now, say your take on Gandhi. We'll make time.
Well, he's a double hero because he did all the the peace shit, but also he's like, look how good of a guy I am. I'll sleep in any bed with any 2-year-old girl, and nothing will happen as long as nobody asks any questions.
I feel like that will get us demonetized, even though we're saying he didn't sleep with 2-year-old girls. But
Well, we'll saying it again probably helps, Adam.
yeah.
Now we owe them money.
And saying demonetized always, that's probably a flag immediately.
Well, that's what Gandhi was about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He didn't. He was.
Yeah, he
came from a rich family, though. Wasn't that his whole thing? He came from a rich family.
Yes.
And then got our YouTube demonetized.
Yeah.
He
That's what
demonetized.
it's all about.
Gandhi demonetized the British Empire.
Yeah.
And the hero complex
yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah. They weren't allowed to advertise like villa escapes anymore, the British Empire.
But he did it peacefully.
Yeah.
Which was really... that was the real revolution.
Yeah, before you storm this part of India, have you tried BetterHelp?
The number of Squarespace employees who had to die before Gandhi got involved. I mean,
Hey, do you need therapy but want someone unqualified to help you out with that? Try BetterHelp. Where an 11-year-old from Reddit will teach you how to stop arguing with your wife.
I logged on and my therapist is the kid from Adolescence.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's really good.
Go narrow it down. The main one.
Yeah, main one.
The bad one, yeah.
Jamie.
Jamie, yeah.
Oh, Jamie.
Is that a spoiler? Have we spoiled Adolescence?
Nah, it's the first episode.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you haven't watched it by now, you're not going to watch it, are you?
and this comes out in a little while, so
Yeah,
you
before-
definitely won't have seen it.
They'll be up to season 2 by then.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Jamie's revenge.
Have you fucking done it again? Fucking
Jamie.
Jamie.
Again, Jamie?
Everyone's talking about Jamie. You murdered my nephew.
Adolescence, Jamie.
Jamie.
I can see it.
Yeah. It's great. And all politicians, please watch Adolescence. Otherwise, you won't know how to make any policy, apparently.
Yeah.
I thought stabbing was good until I watched Adolescence.
Yeah.
I'm an MP.
Yeah. If I can't stab people, how can I kill them? You don't kill people. Oh.
Thank God for Netflix.
Okay, let me out. I've learned my lesson. I don't like Romania anymore. I never thought I'd say it, but I'm sick of potatoes and meat. Get me the fuck out of here. I want some pasta, some rice. Something that isn't seasoned with paprika.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that big over there?
Yep, big time.
They're getting paprika in the prison. On the
Yeah.
on the taxpayer's dime?
Yeah,
Paprika?
paprika. Yeah,
I don't think so.
yeah. Salt, pepper, paprika, saffron, Sky TV.
All in the same pot.
Yeah.
Didn't you run a restaurant called Paprika?
Yeah. Funny thing is, nothing to do with paprika.
Yeah.
It was me and my Latvian mate Rika, and all we did was, it was a pizza restaurant, flavorless. No, we had multiple flavors, but it was just tasteless. It was just like, we put the pepperoni to look like dictators.
It was, yeah. It was, yeah. It was tasteless because it was named after like all the pedos from BBC.
Oh, it's tasteless.
Yeah. Sorry, it wasn't.
Jimmy
It was,
Savaloy
Oh, the
pizza.
Schofield slices.
it wasn't
really going
dictators. It was pedophiles. Correct, Adam. The first rule of improv is immediately correct what the last person says.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, exactly. What a lovely day at the beach. Beach, where are the dentists? And I have a gun. Today, Steve Irwin versus Carlo Ancelotti, a man of the people, a man who manages people. Who's the greatest hero? Adam, let's start with you. Carlo Ancelotti. When would you were first aware of him? Why is he a hero to you?
Let me tell you about Carlo Ancelotti. He has won more Champions League trophies as a manager than anyone else. As a player, he won a good few as well. I first fell in love with Carlo Ancelotti when he became Chelsea manager in 2009. He had Chelsea playing the best football I've ever seen at Chelsea. He had to score 103 goals, which at the time was a record.
And how many in one season?
In 38 games, yeah.
Wow.
And so we won the league and the FA Cup double for the first time ever, and still the only time since. We've done it once. It was under his leadership.
Does that happen often? Winning the FA Cup and the league in the same year?
Not that often, no.
That has to be rare, doesn't it?
It's about every 5 to 10 years, probably normally. Okay. City have kind of like, steamrolled some of the stats, like, because they do win. But still, I think the City have only won both in the same season once, when they also won the Champions League and won the treble.
Okay.
Which the treble's only happened, I think, across all leagues in the world, like 7 times or something like that. Yeah.
Big deal.
So that's
big to get the treble.
Wow. I will get to that later, but
God,
this is the wrong treble. Like League Cup, that's the treble.
That's the Scottish treble.
No, that's the treble. Champions League, it's like a Diddy tournament. Doesn't really. That would be a quadruple. You can't have League, one of the cups, and Champions League as a treble. I don't know. You've won 3 trophies. I don't argue that at all.
No, the treble.
It's not the treble.
The treble is the league, the FA Cup, not the League Cup. But
we could argue for this hours, and I'll still be right.
No, you wouldn't be.
But
anyway,
yes.
He's
Steve
a great
Owen,
man, great manager.
Steve Owen, why is he your hero?
Steve Irwin. I mean, it would be hard to point to someone who more encapsulates not just Australian values, but I suppose what the world thinks Australia is. Now, you could argue that this is a somewhat stereotyped, cliched, reductive version of Australians, that there is maybe there's more to us than just tackling wildlife. But for a time there wasn't, and I think it was a better time. And Steve Irwin, listen,
before they hosted true crime podcasts.
Oh gosh, don't even. Pre-case file Steve Irwin. He was the guy. And I think he was the crocodile hunter. And for reasons I'll get into, I think Steve Irwin probably existed at the perfect time for Australia, for media, and for conservation. So I think he was sort of the perfect, and I don't think it's been replicated since, the perfect balance of 2 things that we sort of value now, which is protecting the planet and memeability. Yeah. He was at his essence.
Imagine if Steve Irwin was around during the prime internet time.
I mean, this is something I wanted to discuss with you later, but...
Well, we can wait for that. What do you want to talk now? So I'm interrupting. It's a bad hosting.
No, you're doing great.
My name is Patrick Brosnahan. Who? Oh, papi.
Okay.
Because we're all Steve Irwin is like, I think one person, and I think it's a genuinely very rare type of person in the public eye, that no one really ever says bad things about.
Yeah.
And that sort of leads. Now, I'm not going to get on this podcast and say that I'm in any way happy that Steve Irwin died. I'm not.
No.
But there's a little part of me that is relieved he's not alive now. And what I mean by that is like he was just short of the take cycle. He was just short of because he died in 2006. So did we have Facebook? Maybe.
I think Facebook was still like
a
college website.
Yeah, it was probably still. I think the Winkle guys were still knocking around with that one.
Maybe MySpace.
Jesse Eisenberg was still stealing that from 2 Army Hammers.
And a Brazilian. Sorry. And a Brazilian guy. Leave in the comments what you think I was going to say.
Facebook, come to Brazil. That's why they somehow commented on their own website.
Hey, Facebook. Falando comigo, jogo Brazil.
Army Hammer, fresh off gnawing on a leg, had decided to put that down and invent the Facebook for a bit. Jesse Eisenberger came in, nicked the thing. Now you see me, now you don't. Took it. While that happened, Steve Irwin dies. So what I'm relieved about is that Steve Irwin, like, can you imagine if he was alive today? Because I feel like we can't lionize someone these days without having... Like, the backlash is inevitable. It's sort of a necessary part of building someone up is a not insubstantial amount of people tearing them down. Yeah. Some would say you either die a hero, like Steve Irwin did, or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Yeah. And I feel like you just have to imagine that now there'd be, is he actually good for animals? He runs a zoo, zoos are bad. Yeah. He used animal. He hijacked the conservation movement for his own fame.
Yeah.
Why does he wear those shorts?
Is he a good father?
Is he a good well, that did come up in his time. Because researching him today, the nearest he had to, it wasn't even near, it was a scandal. Because I looked into him, because I talk about this a lot with people. It's like, I don't think there's no world in which he would have been cancelled or Me Too'd or anything like that. Like, it seems like he was squeaky clean.
Yes, and he seemed like the loveliest man.
But he only had one scandal, which we can touch on later.
Which was God. Because I don't know what the scandal.
So the scandal was, I don't know what year it was, but maybe in 2011. He was dead by then. It was ages before that.
It would be pre-2006.
No, scandal. He haunted a building. He did a presentation in the Crocoseum. Which, of course, we all know, the Crocoseum.
Yeah.
And at Australia Zoo, Sunshine Coast, Australia. And he's doing his thing, doing his croc show, feeding the crocs. He, at that point, brings out his child, Bob. Now, little Bob Irwin, who now goes by Robert Irwin. You might have recently seen his Bonds underwear shoot.
No, I haven't seen it.
I have not.
We'll link it in the description.
Yeah, put a link in the description, Barney. Thank you.
And
because
if the description's not there, I know you haven't listened. You son of a
Barney,
bitch.
if there are not thirsts of a deceased conservationist son in this episode,
And if
I
there
don't
are,
know what's gonna.
and if
Probation.
there are, you're a little creep. They're probably already on your desktop.
You literally can't win. You're either a creep or you're lazy.
Yeah.
But
You're fine, buddy. Keep going.
Nobody's ever called you a producer. But sorry, no, that's too much. Barney's great. Sorry, Barney.
I can't wait to meet him. Bob
Same.
So Steve Irwin's come out to the Crocoseum holding, at that point, I think like months old baby. His months old child, his son, and is feeding the crocodiles. And this caused uproar. Now, I thought it was just a bit of a, there was a take cycle. There was one news cycle being like, whoa, Steve Irwin, bit risky to have your baby out there.
Yeah.
I learned that there was genuine efforts to have him charged.
Yeah.
The state of Queensland, which is where I'm from in Australia, our state government actually changed our animal management laws as a direct result of this incident. They were like, you can't have a child in the croc pen. Again, falls into the category of it. Didn't think we need to legislate this one, but apparently we do. And then, so they've like, he's done this stunt. He came out after, he went on a US morning show. It might have been like a Good Morning America or NBC or something. And he's come out and been like, revealed these photos saying, hey, if you look at these angles, we do it all for television. We weren't actually as close to the crocodile as it looks like. I knew what I was doing. Context being that Steve Irwin at 6 years old was doing this sort of stuff with his dad.
Yeah.
So he did say like, I know what I was doing, but it was compared to the Michael Jackson Berlin balcony incident.
Wow.
And I don't think you really want any comparisons to Michael Jackson with children involved in terms of anecdotes.
Yeah.
But like, if your child's in the croc pen, oh my God, is there anyone with him? Steve Irwin. Oh, thank God.
Exactly.
If
He's the
anyone's gonna
crocodile
be-
hunter.
Yeah. It's just like, if anyone knows what to do in that situation, it's probably him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're like,
Chuck the baby quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Croc's gone mad.
The croc's mad. I've got to placate him with the child. That's the thing. I think even
sit
saying
there, Joey, while I wrestle this croc.
even saying crocodile hunter, he couldn't have had that moniker now. Because the hunting of animals is so non-net zero.
Yeah.
Like that itself would have...
Crocodile whisperer.
He would have been the
Whisperer,
crocodile therapist.
Hugger. Yeah.
Oh, the crocs are anxious.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got to hug the crocs now. That'll be a reaction to that.
Yeah.
This crocodile's got ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be what would happen.
Yeah.
The croc's going to try an open mic.
Yeah. My croc can't open his mouth if there's a rubber band around it. All crocs are like, no, but mine's different. He won't open his mouth because... What's up saying the N-word? That's why we put the rubber band around it. It won't bloody stop.
It will make your head spin how racist this crocodile is if we don't restrain him.
And I'm from Tassie.
Yeah, good.
And I think this croc's racist.
Yeah. My croc needs better help. There you go.
But, you know...
Monetized.
Carlo Ancelotti not
Oh yeah.
Not distant from his own scandals. He's recently undergoing scandals of like how he's leaving Real Madrid.
Is he?
Apparently, like he lost control of the dressing room, and now he's become
Ah.
Brazil's first foreign manager. Well, at least
Yeah, he's going to be, probably by the time this comes out, he'll have been announced as Brazil's first foreign manager.
Apart
And
from
So your hero can't control the dressing room, and mine can control multiple reptiles.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What are,
Yeah.
we even doing here?
I hope you're not
fucking around
comparing
here.
Real Madrid like, players and,
Yeah.
and
but
reptiles.
reptiles in the dressing room. No one can do that.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Get the trainers on.
So he's going to be Brazil's first foreign coach, which is quite a historic moment.
Apart from
Wow.
like 4 others, but they only did like 1 match each. First proper coach.
And that guy who invented Facebook.
yeah,
He helped.
he took over Brazil for an hour.
yeah, the Brazilian guy.
Yeah. The one played by Spider-Man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of the grads.
Who hates Mondays?
yeah, yeah. Toby Maguire.
Good
hates
chicken chop
Mondays.
date, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah, it's a bit of a scandal, but I don't think anyone's looking at Carlo Ancelotti going, oh, it's probably his fault. I think the scandal more revolves around, look how out of control these players are that even Carlo Ancelotti can't control them.
By out of control, for someone a little bit out of the loop on football,
Yeah.
like off-field drama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, a
Off
little
and
bit.
on.
So-
Well, Real Madrid, apparently the players are currently out of control.
Yeah.
Like when they're losing games, they're throwing stuff at referees, they're
Oh, okay.
complaining.
Yeah, but so what's happened
tantrums.
is
Yeah.
so there's an internal scandal machine called Real Madrid TV.
Who installed that?
And,
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Unplug the scandal machine, you'll be fine.
And what they're doing is they're making documentaries about how corrupt the referee is that is going to be in charge of the next game.
Yeah.
So like a
and
propaganda outlet.
Yeah.
State
Like,
media for Real
and,
Madrid.
and properly releasing that, and then like the refs are getting a load of hate mail. They're crying in press conferences.
Yeah,
And then, like-
these documentaries will flash for 1 second the referee's address.
This is bananas.
Yeah, and that, like so all the board are like, yeah, the refs are all corrupt. Like the Spanish FA are all corrupt. Like then that's trickling down into the players who are like throwing blocks of ice into the face of referees when it all kicks off.
There has to be like sanctions for.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there haven't been yet because of Real Madrid's.
Yeah.
yeah, they're too big a deal in Spain.
The,
that
the, the Generalissimo
they're banning
team.
some of the players, like
Yeah,
for
okay.
like 3 games, but that's it. So it's not really Ancelotti's lost them. It's the board want this scandal because essentially the board want to still create a European Super League and want out of the Spanish FA, like
Okay.
La Liga, and they want a reason. So they're like pretending they're being like not giving penalties and like giving penalties against them and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that when they turn around and go, we need to leave the Spanish FA and create our own Super League, people are like, yeah, we should. They're like really bullying us.
The
or
whole
whatever.
system's designed against us.
Yeah.
Because
So-
Ancelotti is usually a signal or symbol of stability, stability and success.
yeah.
You're on the pitch and you see this depressed Italian man leaning, leaning to his right side, chewing gum on the sidelines. Like, fuck, I better score.
Yeah. So
gonna save this guy's life.
I mean, you don't really know about Carlo Ancelotti, but so he just basically has no emotion. He looks kind of sad
Yep.
for their 3-0 up or 3-0 down.
Okay.
He kind of raises an eyebrow, just the one,
Just the one.
to show some sort of emotion.
Sure.
And then he looks like he's waiting for a cig break.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
waiting for half time so he can go and smoke in secret.
Bored by the.
Yeah.
He looks like he's picking his
Game.
kids up from like a club after school, but it's gone on late.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I want-
just checking his watch. Like,
Oh, God. Got to do this, do I?
I have a micro pizza to eat.
I have 3 slices of the Mussolini at home.
yeah.
Wrap this up.
Yeah, I have a bunch of filled olives. And the milkmaid is coming over. She will bed me.
But he's had quite an interesting career as a manager because
Okay.
he's been in charge of pretty much every big team in Italy,
Yeah.
apart from Inter, I think. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which normally, but he's like won leagues and Champions Leagues with all of them, like one or the other.
Yeah.
And
Very
then-
successful manager.
Yeah. And then
His name brings success.
he's been in charge of Real Madrid twice.
2 separate stints, not
2
just 2
separate
seasons.
Yeah, 2 separate stints.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
only got it the second time because he rang up. He got the job at managing Everton which is very much a bin fire kind of club in Liverpool, where any manager they get seems to ruin their career there.
You've been offered defense against the dark arts teacher at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And you're like, this probably ain't going to end well.
That is basically
That's
it.
Everton.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is Everton. Yeah, that's an amazing analogy.
No, thank you.
And so-
I stand by the story and
Yeah.
everyone involved with it.
And he was on the phone trying to see if he could loan some players from Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And he was so charming.
To Everton.
Yeah, to Everton. He was so charming. They offered him the job at Real Madrid.
Oh,
instead.
wow.
And that's
So
why
he was
he
trying to
went
get
back
something
there.
from them, and they're like, "You're so persuasive at this."
Yeah.
It's like if you're haggling at a market, and they're like, "Do you actually want to sell these?
Yeah.
Do you actually want to sell these dates?
Yeah, we'll just give you the store.
Yeah, get in.
Yeah.
It's yours now. You want
Yeah.
to sell scented candles? Jump in."
Yeah.
Have you got any lamb? Why don't you work here?
Shit, that was good.
This guy is
You're
good.
still hungry.
You guys have paprika on these? Oh, shop's yours, mate. Do you want to be Pat or Rico?
This guy's had crisps in Europe before.
But yeah, he's very good. Very good.
Okay.
Like, iconic manager.
Would you say that his hero legacy or status has been tainted by the behaviour of these players, though? Is this scandal like did he at any point come out forcefully in the media and condemn what they were doing, or was he just along for the ride?
I think he's now just waiting to leave in the summer and doesn't want to screw up his exit by slagging them all off.
He is coming to Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, half the players at Real Madrid will be playing for the team.
Yeah, so that you've got to kind of be a bit careful about
Bruno
slagging off.
Junior, Dominguez.
Are Brazil happy to have him?
Yeah, I think so.
I
I mean,
think
Pat's
so.
from Brazil.
They're happy to try and get back to winning ways after 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as he
Brazil have been
brings
quite bad.
Olivia Rodrigo with him, he'll keep all YouTube commenters ever happy
Yeah.
in going to Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brazil, they're quite happy at the moment. They just had Pride Festival over there and Lady Gaga performed
Yeah, I saw.
to 2.5 million people in Copacabana Beach.
Oh,
And some people tried to attack it with a bomb.
oh, that was the foiled terrorist
Yeah.
plot. Yeah, I saw this.
And I thought, even Brazil.
Read the headline of an article.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I read the same
Didn't click on
headline. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm a busy man.
Oh, she seems fine.
I'm not reading about this gay shit.
Poker Face was good. Anyway, glad she's not dead.
I'm glad I don't have to play poker with her.
Face.
With her poker face. Right? I'm glad I don't have to use the telephone. Because she, Judas.
To kill her, you'd have to be shallow.
Yeah.
In the yeah.
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 Should I get a list of these up?
No,
Is
no,
that-
I've got come on
No?
up. Come here, mate.
Go on.
But here's the thing. Who'd win a fight?
Between Lady
Bet-
Gaga.
between aging manager Carlo Ancelotti and the crocodile hunter.
Okay.
Well, I think great question. I think Carlo Ancelotti was and still kind of is an athlete.
Yes.
I mean, maybe not at 71 or however old he is now.
But he was a player, I
Yeah.
assume, before
Yeah.
moving into management.
Yeah.
He was a size queen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's a bit of a big lad, actually, as a footballer.
big
But,
guy.
Yeah.
No, size queen means you fuck a lot.
Huh?
Do you know that, or are you improvising? Are we improvising?
Are we finally improvising?
What is it? Size queen.
Size queen means you fuck a lot of guys.
Does
Oh,
it?
never
Yeah,
heard that.
like Michelle Obama.
I've been doing
Fucked over
this wrong.
1,000 guys.
I thought she was a lesbian.
No, Obama's a lesbian.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. We do need you to sign a release form.
No, I'm more than happy to.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have a drone bomb my wedding
Yeah.
after this Obama slur.
Yeah.
What? Talk to me about Michelle Obama.
Oh, apparently she's a size queen. Fucked over 1,000 guys.
Is she?
Oh.
Yeah.
This isn't on Infowars shit.
I was gonna say which Reddit thread did you get this from?
Wait, wasn't some of the right accusing her of being a trans?
Well, she's a man. Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
bit of that, and then there was the Obamas are getting divorced bit.
Yeah.
Which, to bring it back to the Irwins, they never got divorced, but Terry and Steve, for their honeymoon, went crocodile hunting.
Yeah.
Which is quite, I don't know, were they heroes or were they workaholics? Not to
Yeah.
undermine my own side of the argument.
Yeah, a bit of a busman's holiday, really, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Quick game of rock paper scissors on who decides where we go for honeymoon. I want Paris or crocodile hunting.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I mean, with crocodile hunting we can do here.
Yeah.
So
Are there any crocs in Paris? Oh, there aren't any crocs in Paris.
Only the really good restaurants.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, have you ever eaten crocodile?
No, I haven't eaten crocodile. I bet have I eaten kangaroo?
Yeah,
Kangaroo's quite common.
Yeah.
This is the thing, and it's also very cheap.
Yeah.
You can get kangaroo bolognese, like kangaroo mince with a good dolmio sauce. Oh, mamma mia!
How many?
Your mate would love it. I'm arguing both sides here. I've got Italy and Australia, baby. With the kangaroo mince and dolmio, spicy peppers. Mamma mia!
I forgot who you were talking about for a second. I was like, "What mate have I got who's Italian?" Oh, Carlo Ancelotti.
Oh, yeah, Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah,
I remember
That's
now.
how we
The
finally
podcast.
I said your mate because I couldn't remember his name because, I'll be honest to God, I hadn't heard of him before we started recording.
This is how we end the war between the Italians and the Australians, and that's kangaroo ragu.
That war that has been raging for many years.
Okay, so both of us are offended.
Kangaroo ragu.
Kangaroo, that's good.
Kangaroo. There you go.
Kangaroo.
Yes, we kanga.
Yes.
Does anyone else smell toast? Burnt toast. Kangaroo. Kangaroo.
Kangaroo on toast though.
Yeah.
Burnt or
The
otherwise.
doctors don't
Have a
know.
bit of ball on
Real.
toast.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
I've never had it. Because I assume if I tried it, I'd eat nothing but it.
No, well,
It's like when I buttered a sausage roll once. I'm like, oh, well, that's how I go.
Greg's have got me.
All right. Fuck, that's too much. That's too decadent.
I think, well, to get back to the who would win in a fight.
He's an athlete, you were saying.
Yeah,
He's an athlete.
he's a bit of a big lad, so he could handle himself. But at the same time, Steve Irwin wrestled literal crocodiles. So, Ancelotti's probably more docile than a crocodile.
Well, Ancelotti's only wrestled with his crippling depression.
Which we don't know that Steve didn't.
No, we don't know.
In fairness, he
But
never.
back then, depression wasn't a thing.
No, well, men's mental health didn't exist till 2012.
Yeah,
So he was lucky that when
do you
they
think
made it up.
started? What was the first sort of big men's mental health thing? Probably for a different podcast, but
No, let's get into it.
What was the turn?
No, it's 10 p.m. Let's get into it. It was probably. Well, I mean, Steve Irwin's death for a lot of people. Just to tie it back, like that was I can say in Australia. Don't worry, I know.
Sorry.
Still emotional.
You all right, man?
Yeah, I bottled it all up.
That was your stingray moment.
Yeah. Thanks,
It's all right, mate.
Oh, fuck, I miss him every day, don't I?
Like a stingray to the heart.
Oh,
Get it?
Like a singer. I don't get the reference, but
That's how he died.
yeah, I know.
Come on.
I was there. I passed it to him.
You were there?
There you go.
Oh, man. You know, it's the only time a stingray. I'm pretty sure only 2 people have ever died from stingrays.
Yeah.
Really?
Feel free for some virgin marine biologist to come in and correct me on that one. But they.
Comment down below.
What up? The only 2 people have died, but Steve Irwin was the only one ever captured on camera. And this was a huge thing because Steve Irwin died when I was in year 5. And so, as we were discussing before, sort of nascent internet, YouTube's coming along.
Yeah.
I'm in year 7, year 8. Big thing about, bro. I've got a link to a torrent Steve Irwin death video. Because obviously they never released... That was like our generation's Zapruder film. This was a huge thing, and they never released it. And there was a lot of like early conspiratorial stuff going around. I don't know if Reddit was around yet, but there was a lot of like sort of our version of Bush did 9/11 was like, oi, why did they never release the tape? I'm sorry, this guy's the crocodile hunter and he gets killed by a stingray. Excuse me?
Yeah.
There was a lot of what actually happened in that video.
Did people think it was Hezbollah or something?
People did think it was Hezbollah. Yeah, I'm glad you said it.
There's bolognese. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just use the kangaroo mitts.
Yeah. Listen, that's...
Stingragoo?
Yeah.
It's not his bolognese.
It's all...
It's not his bolognese, it's mine. Oh, we have fun. Yeah, that's like... Remember that was the Saddam hanging where everyone was like, found the link.
Oh, the video.
Saddam, the video, everyone was like, I've got it. There's a generation of people who watched, people get hanged.
I mean, that one, like snuff
And,
sort of
and now they
films.
can never get an erection.
Maybe
That's when men's mental health started.
Maybe that's why they never released the Steve Irwin
Yeah.
Stingray
So,
footage, because they were like, we need to procreate.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, the other videos of that, like the Paris Hilton video, the Kim Kardashian one. I'm not saying Steve Irwin fucked the stingray, but the way it was spoken about had that sort of energy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't release the Stingray Steve Irwin video because you won't last 5 seconds. That's what the banners and all the point. But you won't last 5 seconds watching this. It's Steve Irwin get fucking the Stingray.
Kim Kardashian, Stingray J. There you go.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
good. Stingray Jambalaya. More foods.
Bolognese.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian salt. Dash of soy.
The Sting Cabinare.
I think I am having
Cabinare. There you go. Cabinare.
Cabinare.
Oh fuck! There's a Cabinare in me.
Yeah.
It's too creamy.
Oh, I'll get so hungry being on this podcast.
I haven't eaten since 11 a.m.
Yeah.
I can only see shapes now. No details. Just
Not the Australian biscuit.
no. What's your favourite shape?
I go pizza.
Pizza's the best one.
I think I grew up on barbecue. Pizza's the best.
Barbecue's it's too synthetic.
If barbecue is Avatar, then no, bad example. Let's do another one. If barbecue is Avengers Endgame, then pizza is, I suppose, like Tenet.
Right.
In that less people like it, but if you're going to turn a critical eye, it's probably a more complex but satisfying taste if you're willing to give yourself over to it.
Right.
I know you're a big Marvel guy though, so that maybe that doesn't.
Yeah,
Do we need
but,
to explain what shapes are?
Yeah. I'm just wondering what shapes are.
Yeah, biscuit.
Okay.
Australian biscuit.
Australian
They've
biscuit.
got biscuits that's taste of pizza.
Pizza and
Where you at on
barbecue.
Endgame? They don't taste like pizza at all. That's the famous
You know,
thing
like
about it.
cheddar?
They don't taste like pizza at all.
Like cheddars have different flavours. Like they can have savoury biscuits.
Cheddars.
You're aware of what flavour is
Cheddars. You've never had cheddars?
and the
Like
differentiation.
cheddar cheese.
No, the biscuit cheddars.
There's biscuits called cheddars?
What?
What?
Have you never had this? Never had one?
Do you know what food is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm eating kangaroo right now.
Kangaroo good.
Yeah.
Mamma mia.
Cheddars are pizza flavored.
No, I'm just saying that's an example of a savoury biscuit. You've had a cheese board before.
Yeah.
So like a savoury biscuit, but the people flavoured like pizza or barbecue.
Right. Okay.
They also have
Or
cheese
there's-
and bacon, but we don't have time.
Yeah.
Cheese bacon, that's not
The big debate is, and it blew up. I think it blew up on TikTok a little while ago because I work in schools,
Right.
and a lot of the kids ask me, they're like, "Sir," when they find out I'm Australian,
Right.
they're like, "Sir, pizza or barbecue shapes?" Like it's become almost like a culture war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which side's which, but
And it's a good way to catch someone out if they're pretending to be Australian.
it's a good point.
What's your favourite shape? Triangle? Not Australian.
Nah, see you, mate. Off to the
See you, mate.
off to the gulag.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did. I
Off to the
was-
fuck chamber with you.
There's a stingray waiting for you, buddy, with your
Yeah.
name on it.
I was really worried about your hosting style when you just asked our guest, "What's your favourite shape?" Oh God!
Oh,
How
hexagon's
long a
pretty
day
cool.
have we had?
Yeah. What do you think is the most prevalent gas in our atmosphere?
Could use some shapes,
Yeah.
but instead I've
I've
had
probably
2
loved some
Heinekens and no food.
I've had shapes since I went to Australia when I was 10.
Shapes rock, bro.
So good.
Shapes.
I think Tim Tams
We
are
gotta get-
overrated.
You think Tim Tams are overrated?
They're the same as penguins.
That's earnestly racist.
They're fine.
That won't be the first time on this podcast.
Yeah,
Fine. I'll go more. I hope there's never a ceasefire. Let the best man win.
So you think Tim Tams are overrated?
Well, I like Tim Tams.
Tim Tamas.
Tim Tams. Boko Tim Tam. Boko heard Tim Tam.
Tim Tam's a friend of mine.
Listen, I made some great Tim Tams.
Help me with my maths.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know the whole episode was going to be about biscuits from the outset?
I had a feeling.
Yeah, I did too.
'Cause I'm
Adam?
starving.
I did not, but
As soon as
This
I
is
bought
the
the
great-
Kit Kat at the shop, I was like, this is going to be a biscuit episode.
Did you get a Kit Kat?
Yeah.
yeah, but
Sorry.
Literally designed to share, but that's all good.
Yeah. But there's 4
Oh.
fingers on it. Like,
Yeah.
what's it supposed to do? Break
What
one
am I
into
supposed to do?
thirds?
4 fingers.
Yeah, 4 fingers? What am I supposed to do that? Make myself cum?
If you want.
Ah.
So, what the fuck was the name of your guy again?
Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, can't pronounce.
So Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
So you're honestly saying he's a bigger hero because he's
He's a great
failed
football manager.
upwards his entire career through
He
management.
succeeded upwards.
Okay, no, he won the FA Cup.
And League Cup.
My guy
And
dangled a
League Cup.
baby to a beast,
Yeah?
to a dinosaur's cousin,
His
and
daughter-
lived to tell the
his
tale,
daughter
as
won
did the
Dancing with
baby.
the Stars.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Bindi.
Yeah?
Really, icon.
What's Bindy's deal?
Bindi, she was his daughter, and still is.
Yeah.
She, I would say, grew in fame as the daughter of Steve. Bloke in my school in year 7, a guy named Michael Boyle.
Yeah.
He's fine. He, and truth is a full defense to defamation. He said, in year 7 just started telling everyone he was dating Bindi Irwin. And it was at that time where, again, no internet, we couldn't really disprove it. There was a lot
She goes to a different school.
Yeah, well, shit, they lived at the Sunshine Coast. They literally lived at Australia Zoo. So he was like, yeah, I go to Australia Zoo like every weekend. And we're like, what's she like? And he was like, yeah, she's pretty good. And we're like, have you met Steve? He's like, yeah, I met Steve. And we were like, oh.
I call him Mr. Irwin.
Well, I call him Mr. Elm because, I'm trying to,
Trying to think of still.
trying to Kit Kat Bindi. But, no, Bindi's a good girl. And she's married now. Congratulations
To,
from all of us
Michael
here at
Boyle?
Hero Complex. No, apparently, well, Michael Boyle didn't make the cut.
No.
But she went on Dancing with the Stars. Don't know how she went. And then
Won it.
She did win.
The American one as well.
Oh, good job. But then Bindi had her own. Bindi's Treehouse was a big thing. She had a TV show of her own, right? So yeah, she had a big thing. But like, it is a defining image seared into the minds of Australians. The kids and Terry all weeping at the memorial. The memorial was watched by, they suspect, over 300 million people worldwide.
Did you watch it at school?
Really?
We didn't watch it at school because it was after school.
Right.
I remember how I found out though. I was in class, sitting there. It's year 5, and you know how classrooms sort of have sort of removable walls.
Yeah,
Like they're not like temporary walls. And a teacher, the other year 5 teacher, burst through our door. It hadn't been published yet, but his sister worked at ABC, so our BBC.
Yeah.
So she had texted him and said, "Steve Irwin's dead. It's about to break." 100%. So he's burst through the door and said, "Hey, apparently Steve Irwin's dead." And this, funnily enough, bit of a hero of mine because before he was a teacher, he was a stand-up comedian in Australia,
Oh,
and
wow.
he really told me about he kind of introduced me to what stand-up was.
Wow.
I'm somewhat earnest, but he.
And then you got a text from Channel 9 and said, "Oh fuck, Steve Irwin's a vampire." Because Channel 9 is the shit channel.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, my ex works for Channel 9, so I'm loving this chat.
Yeah.
This is great. You really
Yeah, it's
make
all
it-
the reality shows and all the shites on it.
Home and Away was on Channel 9, was it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's 7.
Neighbours.
I think that's 7.
On Channel
No,
7.
Maths.
Maths is 9.
9.
Married at First Sight Australia is 9.
We're going to talk about maths?
No,
I'm
we're not.
convinced more English people watch Married
Watch
at
it-
First Sight
the-
Australia
the
than Australians.
Yeah,
It's
I'm certain of it.
the moment I moved here, it was the first thing I got asked, apart from the pizza barbecue shape thing,
Yeah.
was, "Do you watch Married at First Sight Australia?" And I was like, "Bruh, no, we make it for you guys."
Yeah. I mean, literally every third episode, Married at First Sight Australia comes up because Pat watches it avidly. He's
Yeah.
I watch it in
reality.
Australia time, not British time, so I'm weeks ahead of
Yeah. Also, he's up at 6 in the morning
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah.
We have to be grateful that Steve Irwin wasn't alive to see Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Or he probably would have had to host it.
He was
guest-
one of the relationship
Married at
experts.
First Bite!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
That would be exciting.
That actually, now
If you had to marry the stingray.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done worse things. Well, no, but like you said, he was cut off in his prime.
Yeah, he
But
was.
we never saw him devolve into, because, when you get older, you start getting weird views.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the
He
thing.
become like an Australian nationalist or something, maybe.
I don't need to know what Steve Irwin thought of
Yeah.
trans women in sport.
Yeah.
I'm happy we didn't get to a point where he.
So
Yeah.
the women pretending to be men wrestling gators now?
Yeah.
The sanctity.
Oh, Steve Irwin being like, "You can't say anything anymore."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this? You become like Dog the Bounty Hunter, probably, if you stay too long.
Do you think he'd take a sort of Hasselhoff-esque route?
What,
into
cheeseburger on the
debauchery?
floor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Or
was-
more like Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's
Shit.
such a tragic one.
I was wondering today if he would have ever run for office.
What, Hulk Hogan?
Steve Irwin.
Oh, right.
But also-
yeah.
I think it would have. Yeah.
He never seemed to express any. In fact, he came out. I did read today that he came out and said, I don't like getting involved in politics.
Right.
Right.
But then he did weirdly say that, like, John Howard is the greatest leader in the world. He was our prime minister for like 11 years, and many would argue took the country backwards heaps.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a real conservative.
What? Okay, I see.
Yeah, it was a big, sort of our Maggie Thatcher, maybe you'd argue. Just a long-term reigning conservative who just, meddled with all the good stuff.
Yeah. Put tax on booze and stuff.
He dictated how much pizza shapes were allowed to taste like pizza or not.
He's the one who went, well, don't care if you're gay or lesbian or whatever. Let 1,000 flowers bloom. I'm not going to say anything fucking about it.
Wish he was that one. Wish he was Bob. I should have done Bob Catter. That's who I should have chosen as the hero.
I'm not going to say anything about it. Well, every year, 2 children eaten by crocodiles.
Exactly. But if Steve Irwin was alive...
The guy called Bob Catter.
Bob Catter, yeah.
Australian politics is mad.
A man I've met several times. Bob Catter.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he like? I bet he's quite nice.
He's actually fine, yeah. He's
like a
nuts.
gentleman, probably.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, fair enough.
He's an unhinged individual.
This is patient 77. You keep saying kangaroo. we believe it to be some sort of ancient language. Perhaps from the stars.
He's trying to cast a spell.
Yeah. But he keeps drawing pictures of kangaroo mints in the bolognese. Do you think it's that? It can't be that. That's so fucking stupid. It's a space language. Sorry, Adam, go on.
No, just have it on toast.
Like I said, it's dangerous. Are you a toast fan?
Toast, yeah, like him.
Toast is great.
Especially at weddings.
He's done it.
Yeah.
He played centre mid for Bretz Belgrade in 1964. So let's sum up finals arguments for why your hero is best. Henry, we'll start with you.
He defined what a small country in a part of the world that no one could be bothered to visit. If it wasn't for Steve Irwin, I think we wouldn't be spoken about as much. He's paved the way for, I suppose, conservation to have marketability and an edge to it. I think he, David Attenborough's obviously a big part of that as well, but I think he was trying to save the planet in his own way. He was the star of an insane movie. There was a Crocodile Hunter movie that he was in, and that he was in a movie. So he sort of like
vaguely remember.
He took his niche and found every conceivable opportunity to get in front of people, and I think that was ahead of his time. And also, just again, people still say "crikey, man."
Yeah,
and his kids are famous now, and I think a lot of people probably got into saving the wildlife because of Steve, and he meant a lot to a lot of people, I think, and put Australia on the map to a whole generation. So I don't know if he could beat a 71-year-old football manager in a physical fight, but I think in a battle of spirit he could overcome all. And he dangled his baby above a croc.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Crikey lime pie. Adam, final arguments for
Carlo
Ancelotti. The master, the business.
Yeah, he is a genuine hero. He won the best ever League Cup double in this country, like with the most goals scored.
Which cups
Chelsea.
were they? Premier League and
the FA Cup.
There's a
with
double.
Chelsea
There's
did he
double.
do that?
Yeah, with Chelsea.
There's a double. That's fine.
He got Everton to like 8th when he was in charge of them for like a year, which is the highest they've finished in like the last 20 years. And he did it with quite a bad team because as soon as he left, they got to 18th or something like that. Maybe 17th. They didn't get relegated, but it was bad.
Are they still in the Championship League?
No,
Championship?
they're still in the Premiership.
Oh, so they're in the Premier.
Yeah, it's top league. Yeah.
They've never not been in the Premier League.
One of the few teams who've never not been in it.
Yeah, there's like 6 teams that have never not
Dude,
been
you
in the
guys,
Premier League.
it's so, I mean, I know this is a whole other podcast, but it's so fucking confused. Like, what's Europa? What's Champions? Championship?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, again, we don't need to get into this at the 1 hour mark, but fucking hell.
I smell a Patreon episode coming up.
Yeah, we could
we
actually
just
do that
explain
and
that.
Explain to an Australian why there's so much football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy. There's a domestic league structure, a European competition, which cup competitions, and then there's internationals.
Oh, sweet, that's easy.
Yeah,
There's like a pyramid.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Pyramid.
yeah.
What? Oh no. It's them again. Anyway, before we get to the final decision, we'll go to our musical guests. Take it away. And we're back. Just in case we have some musical guests.
Yeah, it's always, we do that.
Barney booked it.
That was great.
Thank you, Paramore. Yeah.
Paramore.
Yeah. I've seen the tapes, babe.
When the moon hits your eyeliner like a big
Piece of pie liner.
piece of eyeliner, that's a Paramore.
Yeah,
That's
That's a Paramore. There you go.
that's great.
Bit of goth stuff for you.
that is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't even know. You
Barney.
Now
Barney.
we do songs.
Cut that out. Cut that bit out. We put it into the computer.
Love you, Barney.
The computer big red. Yes, that. The winner is Steve Irwin.
Hey,
Good stuff.
Khan Ozzy. Thank you, man.
Good effort.
Thank you very much.
Very, very tight battle as
That's
always. Decided by sheer luck, sheer arguments, and sheer fabric.
Yeah.
Kangaroo. As we've always said.
Yeah.
As I've always said before, that's going to be my mantra when I meditate.
So, Henry, do you want to?
Kangaroo.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
No, thank you.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Almost. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I
Thanks.
completely reject your thanks and I accept yours.
Thanks, man.
Also, thanks
Thanks,
Oh,
from
Pat.
me as well.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
you're allowed to say thanks.
Yeah.
Nah, thanks, guys.
Now let's
Been a pleasure.
hold hands and say
Pleasure to meet
grace.
Rosie as well. I haven't.
Yeah, pleasure me.
Gotta say, like one of the better behaved dogs.
Oh yeah, she's the best.
If Steve Irwin was here, he'd be.
Have a finger up her ass in no time.
Let's go. This leads us to our final segment of the show. Plugs.
Yeah.
Got anything to plug?
Uh,
This comes out about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'll be at the Edinburgh Fringe this year. My show, Why I Sent Dad's Mate a Dick Pic. It's my solo Fringe debut. It's an hour.
Incredible.
It's going to be at Hoots at the Apex. I believe it's in Hoots 6. One of the Hoots. It's just in the place. It's at like 10:40 p.m. We're doing
Link
it.
will be in the description.
Link in the description. We do it every night. Till then, I'm popping up around at Big Belly and other clubs and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah, nice. Name check
Literally-
them. Then they've got to book you.
Now they got to book me. Top Secret, Big Belly, the Apollo, Netflix. You can catch me on them. It's on the podcast now. Yeah, wherever it'll have me. And no, that's kind of it at the moment. You can follow me on Instagram, Henry__Bretz, and I occasionally try to chastise myself by fucking uploading a short reel and getting about 80 views and
Yeah, cool.
getting in the bath with the toaster.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll
That's
check that out
about
on Instagram. Adam, plugs?
We'll also be in Edinburgh doing a show called The Wizard of Ozempic. Yeah, it's good. Right?
Yeah, very
It gets a laugh every
so-
time the time, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
And it's good. Like, if only the show was as funny as the title
Likewise,
that a
man.
friend of
Likewise.
ours gave to me. But yeah, I'll be there every day as well. So, and Pat, you got anything to plug?
I need a kidney.
Yeah.
Not for me. A busted Latina said she'd fuck me if I got her a kidney. Don't know what she's doing with it.
You got that email as well?
Oh yeah. This
How many kidneys does she need?
Yeah, Jesus, I'm just lining up. Apparently she's on OnlyFans. Just see if she can eat 1,000 kidneys in one day. Thanks for listening. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. Please leave us a comment, a review, share it with your friends. We really appreciate that. We're also on patreon.com/Hero Complex, which has uncut episodes and more bonus stuff soon, we promise. But it would just pay us anyway because it helps us with production costs.
Yeah.
We'd be very grateful.
Thank you.
More than happy to jump on the Patreon and be explained
Yeah.
how football
we
works.
should do that.
Yeah, I'm more than good.
Yeah.
Look forward to Pat and I explaining to Henry in Australian how football works.
Is it mansplaining if it's to another man?
Yeah.
It's person-splaining.
Yeah,
It's like
so
how a
true.
sandwich is the filling, not the outer bit. Like people say a bread sandwich, and that's wrong.
What have you got bread in the
people say
middle of
that?
2 bits of bread?
It's usually toast.
Huh?
Huh? What? That wasn't funny, Adam. Bye.
Bye, cheers, thank you.
Thanks, boys.